Hello all, and welcome to another Game Maker Studio um, video by me. I'll be taking you through the coding version of my Pong game that I made in the last two videos. In this one I'll just be modifying all the code all the drag and drop that I put in there, just to make it a little bit neater. Because as you can see, we've got all this stuff here. So what we're going to do, we're going to delete, what we're going to do is just going to delete all these objects. Bring them back in again. Turn them all solid. Now the wall doesn't really do much, so I didn't really have to delete that, but whatever. Oh, that's all in there. So in the player event, in the create one, we'll come in here and we'll put a piece of code in here that says lives equals 3, score equals 0. And that's it for the create event. So what that does is the drag and drop we were using was in here. And that was set score and set lives. So that does the exact same piece. Now in the step event here, we're going to use basic movement. So if keyboard check VK up, and we won't do that yet, y minus equals 5. If keyboard check VK down, y plus equals 5. So if you remember, what we did last time was in the keyboard, we were doing up, down, and all that. This is doing the exact same, but it's just in the step event. And we're going to add a few more things into there later on, and it'll just neaten all this up. So, we go into this room, nothing's in there, put the player in there, save the game, and we'll open it back up. There you are, pressing up and down, and the player moves up and down. So, now let's add the walls into the room. Or back into the room, I should say. Now if you see, I'm just clicking and dragging here. If you hold Control and Shift, you can add multiple. I've noticed that it's a bit glitchy in the Game Maker Studio, but that's fine. So we'll save the game and play it again. We go down, and we're going straight through it again. So how we fix that in here is a lot different to the way we were doing it in drag and drop. If you remember in drag and drop, there was a collision event with the wall, and over here it was going, stop movement and all that. What we're going to do in this step event here is after that part there, after the if keyboard check, we're going to go end place free x y minus 5. We'll do the same here, but we'll go end get out of that, place free x minus plus 5, x y minus x plus that way. Okay. So in total, what these pieces of code does, this top one is if the player is pressing the up key and the place above the player is free, we're going to move him up. So your x-axis is your left to right, your y is down and up. So if your player is here and you want him to move up, you have to take away. If you want him to move down, you add. As you can see, I just like to even it all up, make it look pretty. So if we go back into here, now it starts to play. We go down here, And bada bing, bada boom. He can't move through there. That gets rid of the entire collision event. So the next one we've got is our ball. So in the create event, if you remember last time, we used this here to move him and set the speed, and we also set the impacts. We're going to go into the control again, execute this piece of code. Now, direction equals choose. So, it chooses a direction between 45, so that way, there we go, x to y, that way, add 135, so that's that way, 90 under that, yeah, 225, I think, and 315. So, and speed equals 5, and impact equals 0. So, in these three, we're doing the direction. So it was those four corner ones, so it's going to move in either of those four corners. We're setting the speed, and we're setting impact. As you'll notice with these red ones, that's an inbuilt variable to the ball. So directions is which way it's moving, and speed is which way it's moving. You notice impact, that's a variable I've created. So that's why it's in white text. Now if I was to put, we'll just leave it at that. Add event, collision with player. We want it to move, bounce, all, precise. So that's what that one does. So move, bounce, all is the equivalent to this one here, and precise. All being all objects. So that's exactly what that piece of code just did. So if we change that to solid, move, bounce, solid, impact plus equals 1, score plus equals 5. Okay, you'll notice how the score is a red one. Now I forgot to mention this before, but score is a global variable, which means every time you write score, it'll automatically write to the score system. So score for the ball is not different to if you increase the score from the player. Okay, that's all we're going to put there. And inclusion event with the wall. Going back into control, move, bounce, solid, precisely. Okay, so if we press play again, you'll notice that it's coming back together. Oh, oops. We should put the ball into the room first, shouldn't we? Oop. Sorry. Oh, you'll notice the same problem is happening again. The ball's gone outside the room. So we go to other, outside room again. If no, want to go lives minus equals 1. Lives is another thing, just like score. Both of them are global. So lives dictates the lives of the player. So we're going lives minus equal 1. X equals X start. Y equals Y start. So what we're doing here is setting the lives to -1 and setting the position back to the start. So what we're doing there is exactly what we did before with that -1 relative, and using this jump to start. Excuse me. So we come in here, we'll miss it. Yeah, lives are going down. Boing. So now you've got the basis for a game again. But if we go to 0, nothing happens. Oh, close that off. So we're back into the player. Other, no more lives. Show message. So this is what I did before, that I put it in the drag and drop tutorial. But what this is show message. So it shows up a little OK box for the person to hit. So you go show message, open bracket, and then you type in what you want to know. So you go, your score was close bracket. Oh no, not close bracket. Close quotation marks. See, that's all text, so that's in quotation marks. Plus string score. Wrong one. Yeah. So you have to put that plus string there just to say we're going to add a string to it, which is your score, your lives, your impact, and all that. Okay, so it puts the score. Then we want to go game, restart. That's it. So we press save, come into here again. We'll knock the ball back a couple of times. Then we'll go down. What the hell happened? Your score was 10. Game resets. Well, there you have it. That's my single person Pong game. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a nice day.